And if somebody's now feeling that inspiration, like, okay, Jolie, I'm taking in your words. I'm listening to the Collective Guidance podcast. I'm feeling juiced up. Where do I start now? I would say when you just take the first step in faith, the path will reveal itself to you. Please do not get caught up in how.
Welcome to Collective Guidance with your host, Charla Goodnight. This is a space where we come together to share wisdom, stories, and insights from thought leaders and everyday humans alike. Here, you'll find conversations on spirituality, health, wellness, parenting, and the human experience, all designed to remind you that you are not alone and that we are all connected. Let's step into the guidance we can only find together. Welcome to Collective Guidance with your host, Charla Goodnight. When you have the frequency of abundance and you embody it to the fullest, you're able to create the life you love and in the process, make a significant impact on others. My guest today embodies that frequency in every way. Though it did not come naturally to her, she was not shown it as a child. She did the work and created the life she loves by making a shift and teaching others how to do the same. I am in immense gratitude to welcome Jolie Dawn. Jolie is an intuitive business coach, 8 times, yes, I just said 8 times best-selling author, and has 15 plus years in sales and marketing. As CEO of Prosperity Queendom Inc., she's helped hundreds of spiritual women scale to 6, 7, and multi-7 figures through her Creatrix launch model, a proven strategy for selling out soul-led offers through online events. Her own event, the Dare to Prosper Challenge, has served 23,000 women worldwide. She's preparing for maternity leave in 2026 and is currently falling in love with her soulmate man. Welcome, Jolie Dawn.
My goodness, love. What an introduction. I feel so seen. Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, from the moment I met you, I fell in love with you. I'm just like, she gets it. She definitely gets it. Jolie, I would love for you to share your story of how you got to where you are and how you created this incredible business, Prosperity Queendom Inc.
Oh, Charla, it's such a dream to get to be here with you. Same feeling when we first met. It was like, whoa, light, recognizing light, and to be a part of your show and to give to your audience means the world to me. And I've been looking forward to this for weeks. And you're such a light, and your voice is so pure and soulful. And to have this message go out to the world and have you be a stand for people, it's an honor to witness and an honor to be a part of.
Thank you,
Okay,
babe.
you're welcome. Let's talk about the Jolie Dawn story, and thank you for that wonderful introduction. Yeah, I think it's important for us to take a step back and look at what time are we in? What time are we in humanity? What time are we in and on an economic level? What is being asked of us? And I know that my dharmic path in this world, and it has been since I was 23 years old, I'm 36 now, so 13 years ago I started this, is to help people who feel that call on their soul to do something, to create something, to publish something, to produce something, all creative ideas, whether it's a business or a podcast or a book or an artistic expression or whatever it is on their heart, to give their love to the world. I'm that engine behind the scenes to actually make it a viable business, a strategic business, a business that is profitable and prosperous. And I've walked the path of prosperity since my early 20s because I knew so deeply the impact of scarcity. And I want to address all of our listeners right now. If you are in a season of your life where you feel repetitively triggered and uneasy and doubtful about money, and you have this lived experience of scarcity, This invitation for this conversation today is to give you access to more freedom, more of the truth of your soul, more spaciousness in your life. And I tell people the reason why I know prosperity now and I've made millions of dollars in my business and I've helped other people make tens of millions of dollars and there's been prosperity that has followed me for a long time. The only reason why I know that vibration of prosperity is because I know so deeply the other side. I believe there are spiritual principles in this life, and one of them is the spiritual principle of contrast. To know love is to know separation. To know prosperity is to know scarcity. I grew up around a big scarcity conversation. It was in the community that I lived in a little small town, farming town. It was in the family that I grew up in. It was in a collective conversation. I was just headed into college in the 2008 economic collapse. And that economic collapse very much affected our family. It led to a mental health crisis in my father, who was a Vietnam veteran, very, very complex PTSD there. And he made the very permanent choice to end his life when I was 20 years old. So the impacts of that economic shift were resounding, were catastrophic, were devastating to my inner 20-year-old self. And starting into my early 20s, when I realized I wanted to start a business, I really got to look at the energetics of money and more specifically, my relationship with money. Because what was operating behind the scenes unconsciously is money is terrifying. Money is life or death. You don't have it, someone could literally and legitimately die over this. Money is traumatic. Money is conflict. Money is a reason for fighting. Um, it had a lot of emotional weight. And I knew that if I didn't address the feelings of scarcity within me, the programming within my mind, my relationship to the world, any remnants of the victim consciousness, poor me, that I was holding about my life and my story, that I would never create the external results. And so, said another way, if I were able to achieve an internal experience of prosperity, that no matter what I had was enough, that there was an inner vibration of plenty within me, of affluence within me, if I understood right relationship with money, I knew I could create anything. And this was not a concept that was modeled to me. It wasn't like I had a rich uncle whispering in my ear at Thanksgiving, like, buy real estate young. This was very much my soul path and my destiny in this life to discover for myself. And the reality of this situation is when you have more money, you have more options. When you have more options, that can buy you out of a lot of pickles. So there's a sort of capacity that we have in relationship with money where of course money's not going to solve all of our problems, but money can get you out of crisis. Money can help you make choices. Money can allow you to reinvest and be generous and say yes to the world. And that's what I knew I was worthy of. I wanted to be able to say yes. Yes, you can grow this business. Yes, you can go on that trip. Yes, you can buy the home that you live in. Yes. I knew I was worthy of that. And so I did all of the mindset work to be able to rise to that occasion. And I'm very, very blessed that in my early 20s, starting around age 21 and 22, I believe this wholeheartedly that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. I began reading books. I began entering what I call my spiritual awakening. And the right mentors showed up, the right podcast showed up, the right books showed up, and it was fast. My soul was very hungry for it. There was a remembrance in me that was coming online, and the more I knew, the more I had awareness, the more I studied this concept of reality creation, that
Mm.
me as a sovereign soul connected to God power, God source, I am capable of creating anything in this life. And all of these universal truths pointed back to this, that there are these tried and true spiritual principles that apply to everyone. So everybody listening here, these apply to you. You can create anything in your lifetime. There are fundamental principles when it comes to creation, like energy precedes matter. For me, that means you must believe in a world and a vision of your life of prosperity before it manifests on the outside. And I took this, I made it a journaling practice, and I said, I belong to the laws of creation. I am not separate from this. I am absolutely capable of this. I started to heal my wounds around money. And slowly by slowly, I would feel a shift in the internal and the external would shift. I started playing with this and noticing it. Money for me and growing my business was a very spiritual practice. And I almost took it on as an experiment. Like, can I change my reality? Can I change my thinking? Can I pull myself out of this fate of scarcity and create a new fate for myself? And so I started practicing. I started devoting myself every day with a prayer. When we're trying to change the external result of prosperity, again, we want that internal result. So this was gratitude. Gratitude is sounds cliche, but the easiest and fastest way to change your vibration, to heighten your vibration. So I was journaling, I was writing letters to money, I was counting my money, and I practiced a feeling that I had never felt before, really, which was the feeling of more than enough. Even though I wasn't happy with where my money was, even if I was very close to zero in my bank account, even if it felt stressful at times, I would come back to this spiritual truth. I know that I'm the source. I know that this reality that I seek
Mm.
on the external is within me. I know that I'm the only one that can change this for myself. And so it was like, as I started this experiment, I would take baby steps and baby results would appear. It was like this cycle. It was feeding this new belief system. And that new belief system was feeding new outcomes. And so the real big inquiry that our listeners get to tune in with themselves is, what cycle are you in right now? Are you in a
Mm.
prosperity cycle where you are practicing the energetic embodiment of prosperity, of enoughness, of love and reverence with your money? Or are you in a scarcity cycle? Whatever is happening on the internal, the conversation in the head, whatever you're holding in your heart and your body will feed the external results. And so I got serious about it, Charla. I really did. I knew I was worthy. And if that young 20-year-old girl can see what she created now, I couldn't even have conceived the business that I've created and the success that I've had and continue to have. And I want that for our listeners. And I know you do too. And I know that's why you brought me on, to be a inspiration that you can change your story. No matter what you've been through in the past, you can always create a new future. You're not too young, you're not too old, you're not too whatever, fill in the blanks. You can absolutely have this. And I get to feel this feeling of, I genuinely feel a sense of, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud as a soul, not from an ego level, but as a prayer on my life to God. Spirit, use me. Let me be a force of good in this life. Let me give a contribution that is meaningful. Let me leave a legacy of love. And I imagine for our listeners here, you're here because you want this about your life. You want to be surrounded by these conversations. You've tuned into Charla's work and you can feel the unique vibration that she holds as one of love, one of expansion, one of possibility. So I know we're all in good company today, and I appreciate us being here together, asking these questions together, being in this inquiry together.
Wow. That, wow. Preach to me, sister. Give me the sermon. That was amazing, Jolie. Thank you for that. Through that, you expressed over and over your relationship with spirit and how it helped you create your business and life. Tell me more about what this relationship looks like now and feels like, and how do you connect to it daily?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I mean, my existence is so interwoven with my spiritual practice. I do not know how people survive without it. I don't know. It's an inquiry for me, just like, how do you make it in this world without a belief in purpose and a belief in a higher power and a belief in goodness and a direct connection to the divine? And I know that's why many people are being drawn to a relationship with spirit and the divine. I grew up in a Christian household. I experienced a lot of religious distortion. Of course, wherever there are humans, things are going to get distorted. It took me a long time to heal. Like, what do I actually believe? What do I know to be true? And it's not something that we can mentally figure out through the mind, through logic. It is something that is felt. And so for me, it is my morning routine every single day. I love a slow morning. I am a woman who has a very high capacity. I tend many projects at any given time. My partner and I are starting a business. I'm selling some property in my portfolio. I'm running a launch. I'm two launches. My partner and I are creating multiple things together, and I'm running my business. And so I have a very high capacity, and people are like, how do you do it, Jolie? I'll tell you everything I don't do, which is wake up and check my phone. I do
Mm.
not do pressure. I do not do rushing. I know that I'm my best self. I'm a projector in human design and I need space. I think we all do, regardless of your design. I wake up slowly. So 2 to 3 hour morning routine every single day. Sometimes that's 4 hours. I wake up and I really consciously focus on prayer the first thing. So I greet the day. I'm up in Boulder, Colorado. My partner and I live on just this exalted land covered by this quartz. We're up on the top of the mountain at 8,000 feet, just 360-degree views of mountains that is beyond
Oh.
spectacular. And the sun rises, our bed faces the sun as it rises. It's absolutely spectacular. So as the sun is coming up, we have these like crystal prisms in the window and it casts rainbows all over the wall. And it feels to me every single day, well, getting to wake up next to my man who was a 4-year prayer for me, getting to greet the day with just gratitude. Thank you, life. Thank you. And the first 5 minutes of the day, we are in a natural brainwave of hypnosis and theta brainwave. And so
Mm.
you are really setting the energetics for the day. So to me, to commune with the divine, I love putting on like temple music. I journal most every day. I'm pulling cards. And then I'm very much tending to my body. Every day for me is a cleansing day. I get lots of hydration in the morning, get all my herbs going, really love up my body. You would be so proud of me, Charla, the just huge leaps I've made in tending to my body since we originally met. I was already on the path then, but now it's like I'm committed in this preconception era. And so everybody who's listening, you'll have your own things that work for you. It's walking your dog in the morning. It's whatever those things are. It is the way that you enjoy your coffee. You have your own rituals. The invitation and the reminder today is a simple one. It's one that we often forget is to do it with presence. There is no rush to tune into the world. There'll be plenty of time for you to check your phone throughout the day, I promise. I promise you'll be picking up and checking your phone and take it slow to give yourself that mental peace before you tune into the world is one of the greatest advantages of our time. I think many people go right into the needs of the day, especially busy mamas. So to your best ability, setting that day with intention, with communion with the divine and with prayer.
I love that communion with
Mhm.
divine and prayer. Yes, I know. Isn't that so important? It's so important. I love first thing in the morning, just holding myself and telling myself I love myself.
Yeah.
I love you, Charlotte. I love you so much. Welcome to your day. And then I give gratitude is essential for life to bring in more. So what about the women who, you know, deeply feel a need to serve, but are uncertain on how to do it and what it looks like? What's your advice to them? And I say this because when I met you in 22, we were sitting in the pool and you were like, and it had been 2 years since I closed my studio. And you said, well, what are you going to do now? And I'm like, I don't know. Like I'm in coaching school, getting a coaching certification. I'm not really sure. And you're like, huh, give us some thoughts on that.
Mhm. Oh, I love this question. I love this question because I love this inquiry. What a privilege to live in this lifetime in the year 2025 to be able to ask the question, how can I live my purpose and give the gift of my love and my wisdom to the world? If you are asking that question on your life and you have the space to be an inquiry like that, you are more privileged than billions and billions of people on the planet who don't have that opportunity, that it is truly about survival every single day. And we are living in a time of great war. We are living in a time of great displacement. And it would be easy for someone to make up, oh, what about me? It doesn't really matter. I'll do that next year. All of our
Mm,
excuses get in the way. But if you are somebody who's listening to this and your soul has been calling you, hey, it would be really great to give something meaningful. It'd be really great to show people what I know about health and vitality and sexual expression and embodiment and nervous system healing and all the beautiful things that you've learned in your life. I don't even have words in the English language to be able to express to you how important it is that you pursue that and how needed that is. And I stand by that so wholeheartedly that when you give your love in any ways, and we can talk about the ways that you do that. If you're going to build a program, if you're going to write the book, if you're going to launch the podcast, whatever ways you are going to show up and lead, you are saying in essence, I will carry the torch of light. I will be an inspiration to others. I will create an invitation for others to belong to. I will bring people together. And that is a holy and sacred act of our time. You are so needed. You are so wanted. There are people who are praying for you right now. And I think there's this conversation of like, oh, coaching is so saturated and so many people are doing it. That is just simply not true. There is a massive shortage of people showing up and leading in a way that is captivating and charismatic and people can belong to. And so I would hope that you would know that people are praying for you right now and that the wisdom that you have is valuable. And I believe that we are living in a time where wisdom and how we receive from our elders and our ancestors has been so fragmented and cut off and distorted, and people don't feel at home in their families, and people are in, I mean, if we don't have to look far to look around and see the mental health crisis and the feeling of aloneness and the feeling of division. We had some big news events this week and watching people divide on each other. I'm like, no, we are all on the same team. We are, as a human species, we are on team love. And if somebody's now feeling that inspiration, like, okay, Jolie, I'm taking in your words. I'm listening to the Collective Guidance podcast. I'm feeling juiced up. Where do I start now? I would say when you just take the first step in faith, the path will reveal itself to you. Please do not get caught up in the how. That is the easiest part. You can
mm,
ask ChatGPT any question. You can be in a business training school and ask any strategy question. But when you are on fire in your soul to give something, and you start talking and you start leading and you start inviting, your business will create itself. It will be created through you as if by magic, because it is magic. When I got started in 2013, after a very big spiritual awakening around age 21, 22, I just knew I wanted to bring women together. I knew that we had the party scene in San Diego and the bar scene and whatever those different scenes were. And I just wanted to see who were the women in San Diego who were willing to come together in love and devotion and spiritual connection. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to host my first event. I'm going to do it messy. I'm going to do it without feeling polished. I don't even know really exactly. I don't have a brand. I don't have a website. I don't have a message. I don't have an offer. There's no real aim here other than, can I just bring an invite to this community? And from that earnest place, it was a very humble place, no real expectations on myself. I was just overjoyed at what happened. I had 85 women at my first event and it propelled me into my business. And the next time I did it, I had 150. And now I teach thousands online every single year. I just started with that intention. Can I be of service? Can I bring people together? And I trust that everybody listening, if you are quiet with yourself, your soul always knows the answers. Always. If you're quiet with yourself in prayer, in your contemplation practice, on a quiet walk in nature, you will know the next steps to take. The right people will assemble around you to support you and show you the way. But the most important first step that is going to propel you into accelerated motion is you being clear that, yes, this is what I'm choosing. Yes, I'm going to say the thing that needs to be said. Yes, I'm going to stand behind what I know to be true. and I'm going to be a way shower of love in my time. And just that, just you getting behind your own message will propel you forward hugely.
I love that. That was amazing. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. And like you said, just starting,
Just start anywhere.
just start anywhere. Yeah. So what's been your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur and
Hmm.
how'd you navigate through it?
I will say, it's year 13 now. I was just teaching about this in my class today, which is my business has been the spiritual invitation to heal these patterns in different parts of myself. So, the first one that we can look at within ourselves is the wounded ego. The wounded ego says,
Mm,
nobody likes me and nobody will like me. This is all an adaptation of the survival within us of like, who am I in relationship to others? Will people like and accept me? And there's the wounded heart, which is I'm not worthy of love and acceptance. There's the wounded esteem, which is I'm not good enough. There's the wounded self efficacy, which is I can't do it and I'm not capable. And then
mm,
there's the wounded spirit, which is I don't have enough energy or time for this. So I speak about these core wounds, and I just glanced over at some notes I taught earlier so I could remember all 5 of those. But when I think about the challenges in business, I was most challenged. I felt the biggest dark night of the soul, the biggest like, oh my God, all I want to do is put the covers over my head and have it be dark for a very long time and nobody talk to me. And oh my gosh, I'm in my spiral of whatever my concerns are about the world, was me confronting myself. And I've
mm,
looked at my business one as a spiritual creation and a reflection of my spiritual beliefs. And one of the biggest vehicles I could imagine in my life. Now, I'm not a mother yet, so I'll probably say motherhood after when I am a mother, but my business being the vehicle for my own healing, healing my inner little
mm,
girl, the one in me that was wounded, the one in me that didn't believe I was capable, the one in me that had eh, patterns and belief systems of scarcity. And so the challenges were never anything external. And that's kind of the secret to life, really. It's never really about the external thing. The external is always it's always a gift. And in that gift, in the biggest challenge, even when it's doesn't feel like a gift at all, is always pointing you to grow as a soul. And if I zoom out and look at, okay, what was the intention on my life? Why did I incarnate in this lifetime? Why did I choose this body and these parents and this time in history? Exactly all of the players, all of the setup was all for me to grow as a soul. And I look at my business and the times that I was most triggered, most scared, was I was bumping up against an upper limit. And the growth that my business has provided me, I just bow to my business in reverence for what it has provided my life, the ability to say yes to things, the ability to set myself up in this material world. It has created so much safety and comfort for a gal that lost both of her parents in her 20s. My mom did end up passing when I was 29 as well. And the safety, the security, the stability, but then also the spiritual arena for me to grow as a being.
wow. Yeah, that is so beautiful because the challenges do help us grow and evolve to a higher state of consciousness and awareness. And thank you so much
Mhm.
for that. And that's part of the human experience, the soul's journey. Yeah. What have you found is the key to creating a magical life full of service and abundance?
Mm. Oh, Charla, I love this question. I love this question. I swear that's why we attracted each other, and our memories that we have together is just pure magic. And I love
Yeah, it
being
is.
have a lot of magic. So let's go. Um, so my life right now was all of these major pieces that I have was once prayers in my journal, pleading with God on my knees. And I have to remember because we can get caught up in life and take things for granted. And okay, on to the next thing. But when I really look around, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did it. I called in, I prayed for 4 years, and I have attracted. the most amazing, brilliant, wise, a handsome, sexy, fit man that was previously like this was an arena for me to do more inner work because I once believed the man that I would want wouldn't want me back. That was
Mm.
such a big belief in there. When I first saw Michael, I was like, oh my gosh. There was one in me that believed he was so far out of my caliber. The wounded humanness in me believed that. My soul knew, okay, this is a soul match. And so the magic of my life is being in a true divine union. And that's something that I will actively try to never take for granted because what happens when two souls come together in partnership and romance, it's just what we can create together and what we are creating together is so much further and beyond anything I could ever do by myself. And yeah, the business is in a really I run online programs for women that wanna launch their businesses, and I teach them how to generate leads online. I have a really built out team. We're doing over $500,000 a year in sales. I could easily double that if I worked more, but honestly, my time and my freedom is worth more to me than more money at this stage of my life. So I keep it pretty chill. I could put my foot on the gas and earn more and do more and launch more, and I found the perfect rhythm of what I need to launch and what I need to give and having those structures and those systems so the money that comes in is very predictable. And so it's the business, it's the love, it's the deep friendships that I have, the experiences, the connection, like truly feeling a part of a familial tribe is so important to my soul. And right when I moved to Boulder, I relocated to Boulder to be with my man Michael recently. And it was like all of these friends from different parts of my life all moved to Boulder at the same time. Courtney, who we know,
I know.
it's just like, whoa, I was
That's
meant
so
to be
sweet.
here and this like soul tribe was meant to be here because I
Mhm.
was feeling that like, oh my gosh, I have so much community in Austin. But I've moved communities many times, San Diego, Kauai, Tulum, Austin, LA, now Boulder, and anywhere I am, I get to trust now in my life. I know how to create community. So I look at these pieces as like the money, the health. I've never felt stronger in my body ever. I've never felt fitter in my body ever. And the love and the relationship and the magic of all of that behind the scenes for me was I believed I was a woman that was worthy of having it all, worthy
Mm.
of tremendous love, worthy of wonderful experience. Snaps on that. And the invitation to our listeners is what do you believe that you are worthy of? True divine union and love, worthy of motherhood, worthy of deep soul friendships that will show up for you when you need it most, for money to flow into your life, whatever other manifestations you're calling upon right now that you really do. You get to have it just as you like it if you are brave enough to pursue your vision, to craft a vision on your life, to pursue that vision, to take consistent action on it. I never gave up on my dream, Charla. Calling Michael into my world, the almost thing showed up for me twice. And I remember sitting with myself, like, I'm in my 30s now, and I just didn't come this far to only come this far.
Mhm.
It's like running the marathon isn't 26 miles in a marathon. It's like taking a breather and calling it quits on mile 25. It's like, woman, you had 1 mile left. And that's how I felt about it. It's just like, oh my gosh, I need the whole vision. And I'm clear about what that vision is. And I always said I don't need men to be some certain way. There's a lot of like scarcity and limitation conversation, and some of it probably is true about like the women have outgrown the men and the men are behind and all this stuff about men. And I'm like, whatever that is, we will all be worked out. But for me, I just need my one. I'm not trying to change the whole planetary
Mm-mm.
species of men. I just need my one, and I believe that there's that one for me.
Yeah. And you
Mhm.
said that you're actively preparing for maternity leave.
Yes.
Like, what are you doing? What's your process in that?
Yeah, I'm so blessed to understand the true root causes of fertility and infertility. Actually, my first private client way over a decade ago was a world-renowned fertility doctor, and I got to
Mm.
study her work, and I worked with her very closely, and we worked with each other many times, and She has a big clinic in Beverly Hills that's funded by Tony Robbins. And she's one of the leading, her name's Dr. Catherine Zagomi. She's one of the leading experts on fertility. And she's from a very natural perspective, which is my ethos about the world. Like we can heal anything naturally. We do not need chemicals. We do not need big pharma. We don't need the medical industrial system unless it's like an emergency or an acute thing or whatever that is. But as far as health goes, nature and holistic strategies, we have everything we need. So what I learned a long time ago, which I'm lucky to have had this wisdom through my 20s, is infertility is toxicity overload. That's what's going on in your body. If it has a toxic load that it cannot, process or heal from, will not be inspired to create life. It just is like not the thing that's top of mind. So for me, it is turning over every single stone on living a non-toxic life. And I'll riff on some changes that I've made. So I've been eating consciously for over a decade. Seed oils were not a part of my diet. I've been gluten-free like you. I've been very mindful about sourcing of food and organic food. And I've just taken that to a whole nother level. I eat very simply. I'm very, very particular about where I source my meat from, making sure that my meat is not just grass-fed, because grass-fed still is industrial farming, in cages with grass thrown on the floor. Pasture, animals that are raised in pasture and raised consciously, and everything organic and simple and a lot less. I definitely carried a lot of emotional relationship with food for a very long time. And I feel like I'm in a very healthy place in my body of having healed a lot of the food noise. So food and nutrition, first and foremost, being one of them. Muscle building on my body. Muscle is, you can look at any study. It's not subjective. It's a very objective fact. Muscle is the key leading indicator of longevity, period, bar none. Muscle on the body. So woman, you would not believe what's happening in my life. I'm going to the gym every day. I'm lifting weights every day of my life.
I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. I'm so proud of myself. My man is very into fitness. That's something he brought into my life, and it's something that I absolutely love. I never in a million years thought I'd love kettlebell swings and deadlifts and stair stepper, all these things, and I love it. I love it. I'm growing a little peach. I've never been very curvy in the bottom half of my body, but I feel strong. Like my legs are strong, my hamstrings are strong, my glutes are strong. I'm tightening up my core, and I'm excited to go into pregnancy feeling strong because babies are heavy. You holding a toddler,
okay.
Yeah.
Do you when you're pregnant, your body is running a marathon every single day. So yeah, it is. It's intense, and working out all throughout the pregnancy too is so important.
Yes. So muscle building, nutrition, and then I recently swapped out every single piece of plastic fiber from my closet. So no more polyester, no more wearing plastic on my body. I'm in all natural fibers these days. This is organic cotton. It's 100% cotton. My skirt is cotton. I'm wearing cotton, linen, bamboo, silk, all natural fibers, much better for the body, especially if you only make one swap your underwear.
Oh yeah, all my underwear is nothing but organic cotton. Yeah.
Organic cotton underwear. I mean, I was wearing Lululemon polyester plastic underwear for 10 years. I was like, I love how it fits. Before I realized, oh my gosh, that is the most sensitive, most highly absorbable part of the body, this straight plastic, petroleum-derived plastic. We've been duped. And so, yeah, swapping out my closet to pretty much 90% organic fibers now. I definitely have my little jackets and things and specialty items that I'm like, I just love that. I'm going to wear it consciously. And then in integrating herbalism into my life. And so every day of my life is how do I support my body? Because the body is the master healer. It will cleanse, it will rejuvenate, especially if we can get it into autophagy through cleansing, which is the master state of the body, rejuvenating all of its cells. And so I feel really strong going into motherhood. I'll be 37 next year. Wait, I just turned 36. I'll be 37 next year, and I'm hoping to conceive while being 36. If it happens when I'm 37, great. But I feel really strong. Like, I feel like I'm going to be able to carry a healthier baby than I was at 30 or 31.
Mm.
And I'm very lucky to have an incredibly health conscious man. Strong seeds, strong testosterone. He has taken impeccable care of his body, truly. I don't know. I've never been up close to somebody who has as high of standards about his body and consumption and his relationship to nutrition and holistic living as he is. And it's a wonderful inspiration. And I know how uncommon that is. And those are the things I'm doing to prepare for conception. Of course, there's some like life strategy things, setting up my business, trying to strategically think about what I'm going to want to do or be capable of doing. I mean, capable of anything, but like, where is my energy going to be with my first pregnancy?
Mhm.
But I've just doubled down on my health so much, reducing inflammation and every day just tending to myself. And I will say that I've never had this much enthusiasm about my own body because
Mm.
it's something bigger than me, because this is about my children. I'm sure as a mama you can relate to this. If it comes to something
Mhm.
for your kids, you will do anything for your children, especially for
Yeah.
their health and well-being. Once I tapped into that, like I'm already tapped into those motherly instincts. I feel so excited to be pregnant. I feel so excited for my unmedicated home births. If you told me, Jolie, you're going into labor tomorrow, I would feel nothing but sheer excitement and trust in my body that she knows exactly what she needs to do. And of course, there's always room for things to be, you know, not as your birth plan was, but that's where my mind is like healthy home births, healthy babies, protecting them from this modern world as much as I possibly can. You can tell this is a topic I'm very passionate about. And thank you for asking that question because it's very
And
alive.
I'm so excited for you on that process. Yeah. You have shared so much insight and so much knowledge, and most importantly, remembrance.
Mhm.
Everyone, we know this stuff, and she is just remembrance. She is reminding us what is in our DNA, what we know within, and she's guiding us back to that remembrance. And so I really appreciate all of it. If people want to follow your work, want to know more about you, how can they do that?
You know, the best place is going to be Instagram. I hang out on Instagram and post stories almost every day. I love it. It's such a creative expression for me. So if you find this conversation interesting, you can follow me at Jolie Dawn XO, JolieDawnXO. Give me a follow, shoot me a message if you heard this podcast. You can learn about all of my offerings at joliedawn.com. And Charla, since the moment I met you, I felt your light, and to see you bring
Hmm.
collective guidance together and to have this audience and to invite me to speak, it's absolutely a joy. And I've had a lot of podcast interviews in my day, and this is top tier. The questions that you ask, the excitement, the reflections back to me, I feel very loved and seen, and just really honored to be here with you.
My absolute pleasure. I'm an immense gratitude for your
Mhm.
presence here, and an immense gratitude that the universe brought us together.
I know.
I know. So, you guys, if you like this episode, please hit the like button. You can also subscribe. And if you really like this episode, share it with someone else, because everyone needs to be reminded of their abundance and, most importantly, how to connect with spirit. You can follow us on Instagram at Collective Guidance Podcast or on our website, collectiveguidance.com. And may you have the most blessed, loving, creative, and remembrance in your day. And thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for joining me today on Collective Guidance. I hope you feel lighter, more inspired, and deeply connected to your own path. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Collective Guidance or our website, collectiveguidance.com. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with a friend and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Until next time, may you walk with clarity, courage, joy, and